Hello, it is me again. I'm still just trying things, and I've had a recommendation of an African metal band called Arka'n. There is an apostrophe in that I do not know how to voice, and it would be arrogant of me to pretend I do. Um, I'm looking forward to this. This sounds pretty exciting to me. I know a little bit of African jazz. I know a little bit of African sort of psych rock. I haven't heard any African metal. Is that true? It is true. I'm pretty sure I haven't heard any African metal up to this point. So, I'm pretty excited about this. This is Tears of the Dead. Always appreciate the use of traditional instruments, non-traditional metal, but it's one straight. Love this. That was fantastic. Um, yeah, I love that. The main riff was very, very cool. The drumming was excellent. The main singer, per se, the more tuneful vocal, um, had a great voice. I thought he sounded fantastic. I couldn't understand anything that he was singing, because his parts were in what my little bit of research tells me is apparently Hausa, which um, I couldn't honestly tell you for sure that I'm even saying the name of the language correctly. Um, Never mind being able to read or speak any of it. Um, the other guys' parts were in English, and we'll have a look at those lyrics in a few moments. Um, Lyrically, it is simple but powerful. Um, so it won't take long, but it will be worth sticking around for. Um, Touching on the video real quick, certainly it contained some imagery that I'm not in a position to understand particularly well. Some of the more sort of spiritual imagery that like you get sort of later on is culturally unknown to me. But I understand a man in chains, and I understand a man coming across what I assume to be his family dead in the woods. You can't not understand those things. And it's fairly powerful imagery, and all of the less known elements later on feel very important, but unfortunately, just my knowledge is not there on that. So going back to those lyrics, you have a section in Hausa first, and yeah, it just has sort of two sections really that it then repeats. Light is now going down, just like does your rain. Darkness taking over. The phlegethon, that's all you're going to see now. Cry, for 1,000,000,000 hands are dragging you home. 1,000,000,000 pains have built your castle. Your time has come. So it is a song about bringing down of empire, and fair play to it. Light is now going down, just like does your rain. Darkness taking over. The phlegethon. Phlegethon was like a river of flame, like an underworld thing in Greek mythology. I don't know my Greek mythology all that well either, but broadly speaking, that's what that's about. So all you're going to see is the underworld and the river of flame therein, or about. Cry, for 1,000,000,000 hands are dragging you home. Wherever the phlegethon takes you, that is where your home is now. And 1,000,000,000 hands and 1,000,000,000 pains that have built your castle are going to be the ones taking you there. Your time has come. Yeah. The bringing down of empire, because empire is a castle built on 1,000,000,000 pains. It is built on people in chains, and it is built on families being found dead in the woods. Those are the facts. That is the history. I don't know very much about the specific history of I think it's Togo, where this band are from, but honestly, we did much the same thing across the continent. So yeah. Metal, I think, is a genre that lends itself very well to these kinds of messages, honestly. And I really enjoy the sounds that are coming into it from different cultures as we get. Obviously, you've got the Hu, the very probably the most famous example of bringing kind of cultural folk instruments and rhythms and techniques into metal. Obviously, they're kind of Mongolian sounds that they bring in. There's a band called Bloodywood that I really like as well. Really like Bloodywood. They're excellent. You should check them out if you haven't already. Unfortunately, I listened to them before doing a reaction channel, so you won't get a first listen of me from them unless they release something new soon, which hopefully they will, because they're awesome. But they're Indian, and here we have Arka'n, and hopefully I'll off the back of this discover some more African metal bands that are bringing those sounds and enriching a genre of music that I already love, with sounds that those different cultures bring. I think while there are sections of the metal scene that are very forbidding, a lot of it is very, very welcoming to this kind of stuff, and I feel very strongly that it is better for having this kind of music, these messages, these sounds involved in it, and I think it lends itself well as a genre to them. I almost forgot one other thing. The break was super cool. I absolutely adored it. So when the metal stops and you just have the kind of rhythmic percussion, which is really complex and kind of it's sort of hard to put your finger on, but still feels catchy. And you've got the little twangy guitar that I mentioned at the beginning. I have listened to some Nigerian psych rock. They had a strong vein of kind of rebel rock in the 70s there, with that kind of slightly kind of psychedelic kind of sound, and that break, the guitar in particular, really reminded me of that period of music, and especially it was definitely a sound that elsewhere in Africa, that is from Togo, that's Nigeria, and I think they're close together. I think I don't know my African geography terribly well, but certainly West Africa anyway. Um, but yeah, that just struck that chord with me, and yeah, it's such great sound, and for that section of the video as well, where it is just going into that much more kind of deep African spiritual imagery, I thought was really fitting, putting those two parts together, and then obviously it kicks back in with the heavy stuff, as you kind of get into the kind of the warrior aspect comes out after that. I think that's about it for me. Give me some more of these kind of bands. Drop down in the comments. Let me know what else I should be listening to. I will be listening to more of this band. I will try to hold off from listening to it just for my own enjoyment, and so that I can do some more reactions on them. But if you don't see them again on here, that'll be why, because I just listened to them. Sorry. I'm just trying things. I'm also JD Tillingast on Twitch. feel free to stop by there if you want to hang out while I play computer games and have a chat. I do Non-Violent Sundays, which is my weekly stream of games not about shooting dudes in the face, because I think it's important to do chill things sometimes. And there is Friday Night Frights, which is my decidedly unchill series of horror games on Friday nights, hence the name. And Wide Open Wednesdays is often the kind of open world games, but really it's just about whatever I feel like at the time. So see you there if that sounds like something that you'd be interested in doing. I'll drop a link into the notes down below, along with the link to the original video for Tears of the Dead and Arka'n Spotify, assuming they have one. They've only got one band so far that didn't. Thanks for joining me on this journey. See you soon.